All right, everyone, welcome back. Welcome back. I have for you today my second favorite Horikawa and my number one Horikawa astronaut. So before we get into it, as always, get comfy, grab a drink, chill out, kick back in that chair of yours, adjust the screen, have that hot cup of coffee if it's morning, or that scotch and soda if it's evening, or whatever beverage soothes you, and a little snack to chaw on, maybe a bag of chips. And as you get some energy and caffeine and carbs or whatever it is, we're going to look at the rare battery operated Space Commander by Horikawa. And also, if you're new to the channel, as always, please take a second to subscribe, please, and share the videos. That'll help the algorithms on all these wonderful platforms. So anyway, with that out of the way, I've mentioned this before. If I was going to make a top 10 list of Horikawas, this would be probably almost tied for one or number two. I'd put the forklift robot number one and this at number two. And this now is a perennial like $2,500 to $3,000 Horikawa. So it has distinguished itself way above the pack. So one of the things that sets this guy off is the fantastic box art, and this one does not disappoint. And he is like in the midst of a War of the Worlds invasion, as you can see here. I've tried to zoom in. It's hard to, there's not a lot of detail, but the saucer here might be the invaders, and it doesn't come up on camera too well, but if you look closely, it almost looks like there's horned intruders in there, and they might be causing this destruction and mayhem. And it has this, well, for back then, the futuristic city landscape. And, you know, by today's standard, it's actually not that futuristic. Actually, like you see this rocket-shaped building here, that's what was really like that brutalist architecture of the 70s. I know back on Long Island, like Stony Brook Hospital has like a building with those round windows. It's but in the brutalist blocky style. It's pretty ugly, actually, and very dated by today's standards. But the rest of these buildings look pretty cool, right? It's a sort of futuristic. I mean, that radar dish on top, maybe they were getting dish satellite. This looks like a mini Seattle Space Needle, but back for the 60s, that would have been considered uber cool. So you have this invasion going on, and this side of the city is like up in flames, and you got planes looking to intercept what, again, I imagine is the flying saucer invader. And, you know, the Space Commander, I guess, is defending. He's either defending or invading. I mean, it's hard to tell who's who. Who are the good guys in this, and who are the bad guys? But here's your logo here. And how many patents does he have? He has 2 patents there. One you could read. Well, it's 3971 and 19054. And that's pretty much it for the cover. Right? Like a brilliant, brilliant cover. Man, if you had this original painting, you would be sitting pretty. And it says here the automatic actions: bump and go, swing open doors, blinking, and shooting guns, and a realistic firing noise. And here's your side panel. Again, they take the box art, they shrink it, and they used it. In this particular case, they didn't do any extra box art. And the same description of the actions. And then the end panel, it's the same thing. So they kind of cheapened out, but the cover is so beautiful that they didn't really have to expand it. I mean, it would have been nice if it was wraparound box art. I would have loved to have seen that city in flames all over the box. And as far as the robot, I can't think of another Horikawa that has this tank design, this post. Maybe John, he probably has a bunch of Horikawas. You can tell me if they use this post and this bottom design. I mean, it almost reminds me of a Diamond Planet in a way. I have to look at the Diamond Planet again, but these are not actual treads. They're lithographed, which I'm kind of glad, because you don't have to worry about the rubber getting brittle and frayed and cracking. So you lithograph the treads. It's more colorful. Of course, he's got the medallions, top and bottom, and like the other Horikawas, the cool ones anyway, he's got a lot of lithography in the chest doors, and he's got these big oversized cool plastic arms. The rest of the toy is tin. The head is tin. Then over here he's got that the green plastic, like translucent switch. Sometimes they break. I think they reproduce it. On the back here it says made in Japan. And underneath you have your bump and go drive. Pretty simple, you know, that standard brownish, kind of the same color as the Thunder Robot, really. And then, of course, he's got his mug down here. Now, for some reason, they have the red. They used to like to color that in red, even though it's silver. So it's a really cool look. I tested it mildly. It was a little slow, but it should be better for the camera so he won't take off and go a million places. So let's turn him on and see him go. See all the lithography in those panels? I'm going to try to do. I'll turn him off for a sec. He's kind of hard to follow around, but now that the chest is open, I didn't dim the lights because, you know, it's really just those lights and the guns that light up, and it's not that huge of an effect, but I wanted to show you how intricate the lithography is in there. See if we can zoom in a little bit. You've probably seen this on a lot of the Horikawa doors, but it's really just spectacular litho on the inside. I kind of wish they would have done it on the outside. It would have looked really cool. Maybe have the medallions on the inside. But the lithography is just outstanding in this. He's not going to set any records for speed, that's for sure. To be fair, these batteries I've been using for a long time. I think he's a little camera shy. Yeah, it's too annoying to follow him around. So anyway, that's a look at your super rare battery-operated Horikawa Space Commander. He didn't want to cooperate and stay on frame too much. So I didn't feel like picking up the camera and following him around, but I think you got a good idea of how he works. Very cool inside and out, and probably one of the top 2 Horikawas ever made. Best box art. I think it's the #1 Horikawa box. I can't think of a box that I would pick over this, but you know, let me know your thoughts. If you like this, thumb it up. And of course, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified. And leave a remark and let me know what you think about it. As always, I appreciate your time. And with that, thanks as always. Don't forget to also share the video. And again, remind you to thumb it up, thumb it up. All these things help the algorithm. So whatever platform you're watching on. So thanks again for your time, my friends. And I will talk to you later.